Hello everyone. Today I thought I would make a pantry dish that is based off of a Martha Stewart one-pan pasta dish. And I will kind of explain how Martha did it and how I changed it up to try with pantry items. So we'll see if this recipe works. I haven't ever tried it before by switching out some of the ingredients. So we'll see. Martha starts out her recipe using linguine, and I'm using regular spaghetti, and she calls for 12 ounces of linguine. So I took out this much spaghetti, I weighed it, and this is a 17-ounce package. The other thing that I saw in the reviews was that the better the spaghetti product, the better this dish turns out. So my spaghetti actually is a product of Italy. So we'll see. Just put that in the pan. And then we need 2 cups of thinly sliced onions. If you don't have onions and you have dehydrated onions, you can substitute that for the real onion. You just won't have a lot of crunchy vegetables, so maybe I would put something else in the pan, maybe a little bit of celery or something to crunch, to take the place of the onion crunch. Okay, now the other thing that she does is adds 12 ounces of cherry tomatoes that are sliced. And I'm again going to my pantry, so I'm just going to do a can of diced tomatoes. She also uses, let's see, how much garlic? 4 cloves of garlic, thinly sliced, lengthwise. I have some frozen, and if you have garlic in your house still, that's great. If you don't, you can use garlic salt. That would be another substitution. Or garlic powder, I should say. You don't want it too salty. Okay. There is 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon pepper. Now she places 2 large sprigs of basil in here. And I don't have fresh basil, so I'm actually going to do some pesto in here. The other thing you could use is basil leaves. You could do just the powdered basil leaves, and that would be a pantry item too. So we are going to put 4.5 cups of water in this pot. We'll put it on the stove and cook it now. Oh, I forgot, this mixture calls for 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And as you can see, my garlic is mixed in with olive oil, and so I'm not adding any extra. But again, you would just put 2 tablespoons in if you didn't have that already in there. So this boils, and we're going to bring it up to high and boil it for about 9 minutes. And we'll see how it compares to Martha's one pot pasta that she does. Just keep tossing it. The other thing she adds is 1/2 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. And I've got these peppers that I've dried myself and put up in my pantry, full of seeds. If you don't like the pepper, you don't have to put it in. It just gives it a little bit of a kick, but it's by all means optional. Okay, so far it's working out really well. The one thing I noticed is you do have to stay here stirring it because the noodles are out of the water, and so you've got to kind of take a turn settling them back in the water that's remaining in order for them to cook. The other thing that you might not like is all the onion and garlic. Maybe children don't like it so much, but you could substitute something else for these vegetables. But it's a nice smelling recipe. I think you'll like it. So the directions call for it to be brought to a boil, and then Keep stirring it until the water has almost all evaporated and the spaghetti or the noodles are al dente, which we are at, and that is 9 minutes for me, almost exactly. Okay. Take this off the heat. Okay. This serves about 3 people, 4 people. It's a nice vegetarian meal. That's a lot of pasta. Maybe even 4 people. I'm going to put some Parmesan, grated Parmesan over the top. And I'm going to drizzle a little bit more pesto to bring some of the green back in that kind of faded. And you're supposed to just put some basil, torn basil leaves in the recipe it calls for on top with a little sprinkling of olive oil. Well, my pesto has a lot of olive oil in it, and that's the dish. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoy the one-pan pasta recipe that we've improvised with pantry items. And hopefully, if you can look online and you can find a whole bunch of recipes for one-pan dishes using the ingredients from your pasta, and improvise and see what you come up with. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.